Welcome to Rhinos Stadium. It's the U.S. Open Cup. We are in the fourth round tonight. It's New York Red Bulls visiting the Rochester Rhinos. MLS entering the Cup at this stage tonight, and it should be a good one. Red Bull has brought their entire squad for the most part. They've got the big boys fired up and ready to go. Let's tell you about the starting lineups for both sides. First, for the visitors, New York. In MLS play, they're 6-7-1, but they're 5-1-1 in their last 7 matches. They'll go with Robles in goal. The back four will be Bilyeu, Collin, Ba, and Zizo. In the midfield, Davis, McCarty, Kljestan, and Verone. And up top, it's going to be the Wright Phillips brothers, Bradley and Sean, starting for Jesse Marsch and New York. For the Rochester Rhinos, they'll go with Gomez in goal. Gets the start over regular starter Adam Grinwis out with an MCL injury. Gomez, the 23-year-old, has played in 4 USL games this season. The back will be Farrell, Toch, and Apostolopoulos. In the midfield, a unique setup here for Bob Lilly and the Rhinos. It'll be Ugarte on the left, Garzi and Forbes in the middle, Beresford on the right side. Ahead of them in the midfield, Voleski and Gilavogi, and Dos Santos, the lone striker for the Rochester Rhinos. Head coach is Bob Lilly. Your official is Charles Murphy. Assistants are Democratis Pachalidis and Steve Montanino. Your fourth is Sean Regan. Red Bull in the white tops with the red trim, the red shorts and white socks. And the Rhinos in the all black with the white striped front on the top of the kit. It'll be a kickoff for the visitors from New York. Daryl Stewart, our color analyst, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you, Joe. I mean, I'm looking to see an exciting game tonight here against the Red Bulls and the Rhinos. I know the Rhinos are probably looking forward to this, but I know the Red Bulls is not taking these guys lightly. They come with their full squad and they're ready to go.
Kickoff here for the visitors. Zizo on the near side. Next one down the sideline. Apostolopoulos goes up, and they're going to call the foul on Bradley Wright Phillips, the 31-year-old. 8 goals, 2 assists in MLS play this season in 14 games played. Called for the early foul as it's Apostolopoulos who goes down. Gomez will have the restart, the 23-year-old. Drives one downfield. Collin gets his head on it. Kljestan. Sean Wright Phillips. Zizo. Good hard tackle there from Forbes, but Collin will knock it forward again. There's Canardo, Forbes, and the Rhinos on the near side, out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Rochester, unbeaten in all contests at home in their last 25 matches. Outstanding, Mark.
Yeah, that's quite an accomplishment for the Rhinos here. And I know they're looking forward tonight to keep that streak going against the Red Bulls here.
Zizo call, trying to stop the train that is Steven Dos Santos. Rhinos will pick up a restart here just in front of the Red Bulls bench. It's Ugarte over to take it, the 23-year-old. Plays it short to the captain, Garzi. Chips to the far side. Dos Santos taken away there by McCarty. Knock it forward, but nobody on the end of it for New York.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he's just looking to get that ball out there, the defensive third of the field, just to get it downfield so they can regroup.
Collin against the speedster Voleski. Double teamed. Still Voleski. Gets through. Tripped up. Referee says play on. Could not have got to it.
Yeah, that one was, the referee was right there and he saw it. I think he's thinking Voleski took a dive, but there was a no call in that situation there.
Daryl, this is certainly a different look from Open Cup games in years past when MLS teams have come into the tournament. A lot of reserve players. Some of the younger players don't see a lot of time, but tonight there is a good presence of regular starters here for Jesse Marsch's side.
Yes, it certainly is. I mean, I think because the Rhinos, over the past years playing against MLS teams, have great success, and these guys know this situation, and they're not really taking the Rhinos lightly. As a matter of fact, I think the Rhinos actually played them once before and beat them once before.
Back in 2005, when they were called the Metro Stars. It was in Rochester, a 3-1 win for the Rhinos, and want to talk about names from the past. Scott Palguda, Mauro Carbajal, and Rene Rivas, the scorers in that 3-1 game.
Yes. I mean, that was a great game for the Rhinos back then. And I know the Rhinos, again, they're looking forward for this game because they have a reputation, so to speak, to hold up, against MLS teams.
It's Dos Santos who gets a talking to from the official, as Zizo is the player who goes down. Now, the Rhinos played New York Red Bull 2 on April 17th at Red Bull Arena. In that game, Dos Santos, in the 90th minute, was issued a straight red card for his altercation with Mason Deeds. Now he gets an early talking to as Zizo hobbling and trying to work it off here on the near side. Colin to Zizo. Phillips. Sean Wright Phillips. McCarty. Here's Kljestan. Good quick movement of the ball here by the MLS side. And McCarty's shot, or it's Billiou, I'm sorry. He's out of play. Billiou, one of the players who's seen some action with the Red Bulls 2. 9 games played, 2 assists. He's had 1 appearance with the senior side. A 22-year-old drafted 18th overall out of SIU Edwardsville. Making a run forward. There's Gomez. McCarty wins the header at midfield. Toch. Ba gets over Dos Santos. Sean Wright Phillips. Edged off the ball there by Canardo Forbes. Ugarte. Kljestan pressures him. Played central for Garzi. A hustle there for Toch. Able to keep possession to Farrell. There's Garzi. Gilavogi's first touch on the far side for Dos Santos into the 18. Gilavogi taken down, and it will be a goal kick coming up for New York.
I mean, that was a great through ball there from Gilavogi to Dos Santos. I mean, he had that heavy touch on the first touch of the ball, and that's what kind of took him off the ball, so he didn't have an opportunity to take a shot and goal.
Here's Colin to Ba. Ba with it, coming over to replace Matt Miazga, who was transferred to Chelsea FC. The Ghanaian, Gideon Ba, 24 years old, playing alongside of Colin in the back for New York. Here's McCarty. Kljestan, high touch onto the near side, looking for Zizo. Ugarte comes away with it for Rochester. Forbes. Garzi, a little pocket of space. Quickly goes outside to Beresford. Gilavogi. Fresh from the Cape Verdean League, cuts it inside. Serves into the box, and Sean Wright Phillips backtracking gets it to Zizo.
I mean, I know it's only 6 minutes gone in the game, but Rochester is really playing some possession ball and controlling the ball and spreading it pretty well. I think for Rochester to be success in this game, I think they have to play a 90 minutes free of infraction game. I mean, 90 minutes free of making a lot of mistakes within the game. So they got to be compact and tight and make good decision, from the defensive third, middle third, the attacking third of the field.
It's got to be a clean one tonight, as the Rhinos facing a very stiff test in the New York Red Bulls, who've been on fire in their last 7 matches. But one thing that may hurt, may help, is that long break for Copa America. May 28th was their last game. A 3-0 win against Toronto.
Right. Yep, and, and these guys are definitely have fresh legs, coming into this game, because again, the Copa America, they've been resting for a little while.
Looking to get Phillips into the box, and Gomez quickly off his line. Red Bull did play a friendly scrimmage at their training facility on Monday against the Ecuador Reserves. That game ended up 1-1. Sean Wright Phillips with the only goal for the Red Bulls. Luis Robles among the starters in that game. The U.S. will take on Ecuador in the Copa America quarterfinals. Ugarte, Dos Santos. Stood up there by Davis, but given away to Valesky. Now Dos Santos. Collin comes over to mark him. Dos Santos still with it. Back to Ugarte. There's Garzi, Farrell. Canardo Forbes. Has to lay it off. Beresford gives it up. Valesky comes back to hustle for Rochester. Some possession here from the home side.
Some, great possession.
Until that giveaway.
Winner right back.
Good job holding up Bradley Wright Phillips. Gilavoggi. Gilavoggi, the shot. Blocked by Ba.
That was definitely a great possession series by the Rhinos. Very good steal the ball right there.
Set pieces could be a factor here today as you look at the replay of that last challenge. Forbes over to take it.
Earlier we were talking about the lineup that the coach for the Rhinos is playing tonight. And he seems to be working the change of the lineup that he has out there. Be working pretty well for the Rhinos. I mean, the possession. I mean, I think they have so far the better play. They've been possessing the ball better than the Red Bull have been.
This one on the corner kick, out of play, then back into play. So goal kick for New York. The 30-year-old Collin, acquired from Orlando after New York had been struggling at center back. He's also played with Sporting KC. Collin with the ball now, winning the MLS Cup there in 2013. The lone striker right now is Bradley Wright Phillips, headed away by Toch. Throw in for Zizo.
I really like to see what the Rhinos is doing. I mean, defensively, they're packing it in. They're getting all 10 guys behind the ball. And when they possess the ball, they're spreading it out. They're using the whole width of the field and the whole length of the field.
Offside on the far side of the pitch. It'll be coming back on a restart for the Rochester Rhinos, coming off a 2-1 loss Saturday at Toronto FC 2. All goals in that game scored in the final 13 minutes. Rhinos are back home on Saturday at 6 p.m. against Louisville City FC, while the Red Bulls will return to MLS action on Sunday as Seattle comes to town. 7:30 kickoff at Red Bull Arena. Good header by Zizo. Get up over Valesky. Does it again. Phillips to his brother Bradley. Ugarte disrupts the play, and coming up on a throw-in here for Rochester. It's Ugarte to take it. 10 games played, 2 assists for Marcos Ugarte. Flicked on by Dos Santos. Back to McCarty, though. And Ba will regroup for New York. Here's Ba to the captain, Dax McCarty. McCarty's long ball. Right down the field looking for Bradley Wright Phillips. Gets on the end of it. Spins across in. Shove from behind. Shot punched away by Gomez. As it's Kljestan's powerful left-footed shot. Knocked out of play by Gomez. And Rochester lucky not to get a call in the box. Here's a look at the replay, Daryl.
I mean, that was a beautiful crossing by Wright Phillip. And a beautiful shot onto goal. I mean, it was just a beautiful chip ball. And Gomez, the keeper, was right on top of it. Beautiful save.
There's Kljestan again. Verone. Forbes knocks it off of Kljestan. He's got a couple goals on the year, but he's got 10 assists right now, leading the MLS in assists. Plata from Real Salt Lake closest with 6 assists.
I mean, he's just seems to be like just a playmaker. I mean, he'll find you if you through the spaces. He'll just lay it off to you to score those goals.
Yeah, Kljestan on track to maybe make some history, trying to catch Carlos Valderrama. Had 26 assists back in 2000. There's a chance to join him if he continues that fine playmaking form. There's Dos Santos, flicks it, but Zizo finds Ba. And all the way back to Luis Robles. What a season he had. MLS goalkeeper of the year. MLS best 11. These are some of the players the Rhinos have to deal with tonight.
Yes, I mean, as we said earlier, Red Bulls came with with the full squad. I mean, they did not put anyone on the bench and saving anyone. They came with a full squad because they definitely want to win this game and to go forward.
A couple of injuries, Perenal and Lawrence out with injuries, not available tonight. I'll get you the subs who are available momentarily. As it's Ba to Colin. 15th minute and scoreless in Rochester. U.S. Open Cup. 4th round. Round of 16 will be on June the 29th. The draw for that is scheduled to take place tomorrow, after the 4th round is completed tonight. 4 games last night. So those scores in just a second here as Garzi and the Rhinos look to work the far side. That's Colin. Let's go back to Robles. The Rapids from MLS move on. Real Salt Lake, Portland, and the LA Galaxy all moving forward into the round of 16. McCarty to Davis. Davis, 5 games played this season with New York Red Bull 2. You wonder if Jesse Marsch and John Wolniak had any conversations about the Rhinos and what they could expect. Those two teams have met several times, and I'm sure it was a very comprehensive discussion from John Wolniak up to Jesse Marsch and getting prepared for this one.
Yeah, I mean, they probably did talk. I mean, because I mean, again, the reputation of the Rhinos against MLS teams. So I mean, again, they're not taking this game lightly.
Rhinos, defending champions of the USL. Red Bull coming off that incredible 18-win season. Looking to add some silverware to that trophy as Toch gets it and almost keeps it in play, but a throw-in coming up here for Sean Wright Phillips, the 34-year-old. Reunited with his brother for the first time since the Man City days in 2004.
Yeah, how cool is that to be playing with your brother and teams, and from one team to the next team, you reunited with your brother. I think that's cool. I don't know.
And Bradley has been on fire. That last game against Toronto, a hat trick in the first 27 minutes, an MLS record. And all cylinders firing for the Red Bulls.
And I mean, they got to keep an eye on him too, and especially the team. I mean, these guys, they don't need a lot of spaces to score. All it needs is a step to hit that ball and it's open space, and they will do that and shoot and score. So again, the Rhinos got to be aware of that and not let them shoot that goal.
There's Verone. Stood up there by Farrell. Goes down, and it'll be a restart just outside the corner of the 18 on the far side. As Verone, the 26-year-old Argentinian.
And this could be a dangerous position here. I mean, anywhere around that box area is dangerous going inside. And again, we have Gomez is in goal, and I mean, he that one shot early in the game that he did a great save. But again, he's getting an opportunity to play against a major league team, which is is great for him.
And no harm there for Gomez. He was on the radar for the San Jose Earthquakes, and a booming punt downfield to the 18. Colin has to hustle back and wins it again. Kljestan. McCarty. Phillips knocked away by Ugarte. And flag comes up offside. Gilavogi has switched with Voleski to this near side now in the 19th minute. Nice little touch there from Kljestan, but Forbes reads it well.
It was a great touch there.
Forbes, Beresford overlapping. Into the box. And Bilyeu will pick it up for New York. Kljestan. And off for Verone. Turns on the Jets, Verone. Toch chasing. Verone still with it. Still Verone, tripped up. Referee points, and it will be from the 12. A PK called here for the Red Bulls. It was Verone's dashing run on the far side that created all that controversy.
Yeah, and here he goes. I mean, he just stepped in front of the defender, stepped over him, and he did sell that, but
Apostolopoulos given a yellow card for his foul in the box against Verone, who just turned on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, Verone saw that the outside back that made that long run down the field, and he was open, so he figured he was exploit that space, and he did it well and end up in a PK for them.
It'll be Kljestan taking the PK for New York. Gomez backs to his line, 20th minute and scoreless. Verone taken down in the box. There's the whistle. Kljestan winds, fires, goal! 1-0 New York on the Kljestan PK in the 20th minute.
And he even looked like hit that ball straight down the middle. Just wait until the Gomez moved to one side and hit it right down the middle. I mean, again, that's it's an MLS team. I mean, every opportunity they see, they're going to exploit you. Again, actually was a counter attack that created that PK for a goal. So they saw that opportunity, that they exploited it, and ended up in a goal for the Red Bulls.
And Kljestan right down the middle, waited till Gomez made his move. And normally a sight we see for Rhinos goals, the flares and the smoke, but it's the Ultras from the South Ward. If that's what I see from the far side, so much smoke now filling the field, celebrating the Kljestan PK in the 20th minute. And New York has been active on the sidelines with players warming up. As their subs available for tonight are Ryan Mera, Connor Lade, Mike Grella, Alex Mule, Ronald Zubar. As a scratch just before kickoff was Felipe. So Jesse Marsh is going to make an early change here. Smoke filling in the Rhinos box to our right. 3 substitutions allowed in the Open Cup play. The USL will get 5, but here it's 3, as it's going to be an early sub coming on for Red Bulls as they look to apply pressure with Bilyeu on the far side. Low cross into the box. Toch gets a little poke on it and knocks it away. Offside for Kljestan. And the restart will be coming up for the Rhinos. Rochester 8-14-5 all-time against MLS teams. The Rhinos under Bob Lilly are 1-4. Their one win was against DC United back in 2014. Last season in the Open Cup, knocked out by the Philadelphia Union 3-1 on PKs. Who went on to defeat New York in the quarterfinals also in a shootout. Smoke is cleared. Kljestan and the Red Bulls coming forward. Gomez quickly off his line. No, Apostolopoulos will take it. And a sub coming up here. It's going to be Sean Wright Phillips who comes off. And this change will be taking place now in the 23rd minute. So Jesse Marsh's side. It's Alex Mule, the 20-year-old. Homegrown product for the Red Bulls. Sean Wright Phillips getting a few minutes here as he's recovering from injury, and he was also sent down to New York Red Bulls 2 to get back in game shape, and he sees about 23 minutes of action tonight, and he comes off for Alex Mule.
Yeah, I think the coach was just trying to see, just to give him a run, see how he looks, and trying to get him prepared and get his legs back onto him.
So Mule, the 20-year-old, comes on, has played 5 games with New York Red Bull 2. As the short corners played back to Bilyeu. Now Zizo. Back to the far side, Kljestan. Heads it down. Verone shot, and it's just deflected wide as Gomez, diving to his right, watches that one sail wide, but another corner kick coming up for New York.
Yeah, and I mean, it seems like New York is settling down now and trying to put some passes together. And they're again here. If you look at Kljestan, it's just about all he's looking for is just to set his teammates up. I mean, he had a header on goal just now, but you just want to set his teammates up for.
Verone, good ball and good clearance by Farrell. Gilavogi, chance to come forward here for the Rhinos. Stood up by Zizo. Here's Mule's first touch. Broken up nicely by Apostolopoulos. You watch Kljestan, being a forward in my years past, you too. That's the fun guy to play with. He'll set you up nicely.
He's just set, because he'll find you. Because his object is to find you, move, and make you get in that space and find you.
There he is again. Outside, Bilyeu shot off the side netting. And this will be goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos. Cesar Kljestan, not on the radar right now of Jurgen Klinsmann, but he has some pretty impressive numbers. 14 assists last season, a single season club record.
Yeah, and here we see
again, setting it up.
Just set him up, just find the space. He just looks for those small little gaps, and you just run onto those gaps, and he'll find you in those spaces.
26th minute, a Kljestan PK in minute number 20, giving the Red Bulls the 1-0 lead. As they start to knock it around now, McCarty. Zizo. Marked by Ugarte. Back to Mule. Kljestan, Mule. Woleski helps out in the back. Tried to find Forbes, but out of play. Zizo back to McCarty. Ba has to hustle, cuts around Gilavogi. Into the box, Kljestan. Ugarte just gets ahead on it. Ugarte pushed down there from behind by Mule. It'll come out on a free kick for the Rhinos.
Yeah, like that. I think the Red Bulls are settling down now. When the first 10, 15 minutes of the game, the Rhinos really had to keep some good possession, spreading the field around. It looks like the Red Bulls now is like stepping up their game and really going after the Rhinos.
Gomez short to Apostolopoulos. Collin gets up over Dos Santos. Something we don't say very often. A big back line with Collin and Ba, the anchors in the center. Toch to Farrell. Farrell, the defender with 3 goals this season. As his pass knocked away, Kljestan. Bradley Wright Phillips into the 18. Stumbles, not sure if that was a pass or a shot, but gave up a good opportunity.
Yeah, I think he was trying to pass it into the middle for the running come-on player, but you just get a little body on him and didn't get it off.
There's McCarty. Mule can't control it. Apostolopoulos to Woleski. Woleski, 5 goals, 1 assist on the season. Has it now on the near side, Christian Woleski. Slides around McCarty, who slides on the turf. Still Woleski. Knocked away to Forbes. Beresford. Gilavogi. Into the box. Woleski, top of the 18, brought down by Mule. Carried away by New York. Apostolopoulos in front of Bradley Wright Phillips. Beresford. Poked away by Verone. Kljestan to McCarty. Back to Kljestan, now long ball. Looking for Verone. He'll be able to track it down, Farrell on him. As Verone and Farrell battle for it off the Rhinos, and they'll call a corner kick for the visitors. Red Bull away from home, an MLS player, 1-5-1. On home turf, they're 5-2. They've scored 24 goals. Is number one in the Eastern Conference of Major League Soccer. And a 1-0 lead here in the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. And a chance to advance to the round of 16 2 weeks from tonight. Bilyeu. Strong header and cleared by Toch. Collin climbing up the back of Apostolopoulos.
Yeah, he did use him to elevate a little bit to get to that ball.
Gomez of Georgetown University plays it short to Ugarte. Forbes, Dos Santos, Garzi. Taken away by Bradley Wright Phillips for Kljestan. Sasha Kljestan. Weaving in and out, head up, always looking for options. Given away by Zizo, but Phillips hustles back to get possession from New York. Ugarte, good work, takes it away from Ewell. Dos Santos, a long ball down the far side. Gilavogi is on. Has to settle it and slow down just a little bit as Bilyeu will take no chances and clear it out of play.
Yeah, that was a great ball. That was a great look by Santos to find Gilavogi running down the sideline. And here it is. Great fight by Ugarte. The Santos just looked up, find him down the sideline, but just a bad touch in the head, and he just lost the ball.
31st minute, Forbes over to take the corner kick, second one of the game. Red Bulls with 4. Second one here for Forbes and the Rhinos. Outswinging service, a high one at the 6. Verone gets the clearance on it. Ugarte quickly goes back outside to Canardo Forbes. Forbes 2 goals on the season. Finds Dos Santos, settles, fires! Off the frame.
Yeah, I mean, the Santos really wanted to hit that ball to the goal, so that was a great turn and shoot on him, but just a little wide.
Dos Santos looking for a big one here to get level. He's got 2 goals, 1 assist on the season after 8 goals in the Rhinos championship campaign of 2015. Here's Collin. Zizo. Back to Collin. Now McCarty. Probably actually still filing in here. Good ball into space for Bradley Wright Phillips, but Gomez has to quickly wait for that one to come into the 18. Before kickoff, kind of looked around and had a few questions, but the crowd definitely has filed in here. This near side right below us is at least 3/4 full, so a good turnout.
Great turnout.
As Bilyeu can't keep that in play, it'll be a throw-in coming up for the Rhinos. Rochester coming this far with wins in the second and third round against 2 amateur teams. Combined score of 9-0. It was 2-0 in the last round against Lansdowne boys. 7-0 in the second round against Southie FC. Apostolopoulos off the eye.
Yeah, just a bad control.
Mule comes away with it. Back to Zizo. McCarty, a little too casual there. Dos Santos, thank you very much. Still Dos Santos, needs help though. Finds it in Forbes. Garzi. Beresford. Rhinos go back into their own half with Toch. Apostolopoulos. Toch, what versatility you see from him. He has played everywhere on the pitch except for keeper. It's just been outstanding for the Rhinos. Sean Toch. Taken away by Kljestan. Finds Mule on the near side. And his cross easily snuffed out by Apostolopoulos. Forbes, Apostolopoulos, Garzi. Way to open it up here for Beresford. Crosses midfield, Gilavogi. Still Gilavogi. Voleski. Tried to get there, and Zizo got a piece of Christian Voleski and a dangerous restart coming up here for the home side.
Yes, this is a very good right at the top of the box. This is a dangerous position. In a position like this, restart in a set play like this, I mean, I think the Rhinos got to try to capitalize on a situation like this right here. And just before getting this free kick here, there seems to be settling back down into possessing the ball and passing the ball around. Just need to be just a little bit more quicker to that ball and possess that ball a little bit more to create those opportunities.
Charles Murphy will back up the wall. Ugarte over it, but look for Forbes to hit this one. He does have some power and accuracy. Canardo Forbes, the 28-year-old, taking a good look at this one. Robles on his line. The wall's backed up. The Rhinos trailing 1-0. Here's the whistle. Forbes, shot. Oh, off the back post. Off the back support post. Canardo Forbes not too far off the mark there.
That was so close. That was a great shot. I mean, that was very well placed. I mean, that got curled around the wall.
Oh,
Body hit off the back post of the net. That was a close one. And that's what I'm saying. In a situation like this, I mean, just got to utilize. That was just unfortunate that didn't went into the goal.
New York dodges a bullet there. And a wonderful free kick from Canardo Forbes. His Kljestan finds Zizo. Mule cuts it back. McCarty. Davis. Heavy touch there, Bilyeu.
A little bit too heavy on that pass.
36th minute, if you're just tuning in. 1-0 New York. Goal from Sasha Kljestan on a PK in the 20th minute. It's the difference maker right now. Foul call just inside the Rhinos' half of the field. Toch over to take it. Subs available for Bob Lily's side. Daniel Lynn, the backup keeper. Andre Fortune, Asani Samuel, Sean Riley, Dominic Samuel, Jordan Becker, and the very technical Sofiane Turgu. McCarty. Ba. BWP. Zizo. Cuts it inside. Still finds it back to McCarty. Given away, Gilavogi into space looking for Dos Santos, but Ba able to hold him up.
If that ball had get through there, that would be definitely a goal by Dos Santos because he had him beat.
Gomez will hustle back, pick up this one as Kljestan goes down. 37th minute, 1-0 New York. On top of the home side here. Zizo, Voleski battle. Mule helps out. That's off of Sal Zizo, a 29-year-old. Also played for Portland, Sporting KC, and Chivas USA. Now finding a home in Red Bull Arena. Immediate pressure there. It's Verone. It's called for the foul. Ugarte will have the restart. Long one on the near side. Voleski unable to keep that one in play as it has a little too much pace on it.
Yeah, that one was a little bit too much. I think the wind probably took a hold of that one and sailed it out of bounds also.
As we mentioned, the Rhinos have not lost at home in all competitions in 25 matches. Still a lot of time to be played here, but a very tough opponent. In the second place, New York Red Bulls from the Eastern Conference of the MLS. Actually tied in second place with Montreal, Jesse Marsh's former team, now led by Mauro Biello, a former Rochester Rhino as well. Kljestan, Phillips, Mule. Hard step there by Farrell. And deflected off of Mule. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for the Rhinos in the 39th minute. As Ugarte has to back this one up. Toch off of Bradley Wright Phillips. Sean Wright Phillips and Bradley Wright Phillips, by the way, the son of Arsenal and England international Ian Wright.
Have that soccer in their blood. I mean, that's
He'll be a proud papa.
yeah.
Not one, but two.
So,
Wright Phillips, 8 goals, 2 assists on the season. Bradley Wright Phillips, that is, last year. 17 goals, 7 assists. Outstanding. After a tremendous 2014 where he had 27 goals. Looking to find that form once again. Beresford. Toch. Apostolopoulos. Now Garzi. Ugarte has to hustle. Collin gets the head on it. Ball knock around back and forth. Toch. Pressured, knocks it out of play. 41st minute and 1-0 New York with the lead. It's Mule to take it. He'll leave it for Zizo. Phillips. Wright Phillips, that is. Left it back for Zizo, and foul's called. Restart coming up here for the Red Bulls. Shots, 4-2 in favor of New York. Saves, 2 for Gomez, none for Robles. And corner kicks, 4 for the Red Bulls, 2 for the Rhinos. As Kljestan goes short to Zizo. Looking for Collin. It's Farrell nicely to head it away. There's Santos and Davis both go down. Red Bulls keep possession. Zizo for Verone. Verone signed as a designated player, has the ball back in the 18. Verone for Phillips. Should have been offside there.
that definitely should have been an offside because it was an offside position.
No, it'll be instead a corner kick for Red Bulls.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, the referee was right there. The linesman had position in that one, but still didn't raise the flag.
Red Bull will take that one. Kljestan and Verone will combine again and take a look, as they've had several short corner kicks.
Yeah, it's like all the corner kicks are all short, except for this one.
Put away by Farrell. Bilyeu. Verone. Kljestan back to Verone. Driven ball, and this will be the 6th corner kick coming up here for New York. A couple other games tonight with USL MLS ties. Harrisburg at Philadelphia. OKC Energy at Dallas. San Antonio at the Houston Dynamo. Colorado and Wilmington falling out last night. There's the corner from McCarty. Won't get up to win that one as Forbes and the Rhinos look to counter. There's Forbes. And Mule showing great pace to track back.
Yeah, Mule definitely stayed with him there with Forbes there. I mean, could have been a dangerous situation with Forbes on their counterattack.
Toch. 43rd minute, Rhinos trail 1-0. Looking for a late equalizer here. Forbes. Now Apostolopoulos. Ugarte with some space. Zizzo closes down quickly. McCarty, Volesky battle, and they're going to call Volesky for going up the back of Dax McCarty. There's a look at that last challenge from Volesky and McCarty.
McCarty just standing. Volesky just went over his back there.
Collin gets it back from Zizzo. Collin, the three-time MLS All-Star, looking for Mule. Mule out of Georgetown University gives it up to Forbes. Toch. Looking for Gilavogi. Finds Dos Santos instead. Beresford. 44th minute. Rhinos keeping possession in their own half. Toch. Beresford. And that is off of Verone. It'll be throw-in for the Rhinos. We'll face league leaders, or the Eastern Conference leaders, Louisville City at 6 p.m. on Saturday. A little payback on the line as Louisville knocked out last season. Rhinos winning the USL Championship after going 17-1-10, knocking off Los Dos, LA Galaxy 2-1 in the championship after trailing 1-0 in that one. An outstanding season it was for the Rhinos. 15 goals against, a 19-game unbeaten streak. Only the second team in the USL to ever win the regular season and the league championship. All that USL talk is out the window tonight as we are in first half stoppage time. 1 minute of stoppage time called for. As Mule gets it from Kljestan. And behind Davis, Dos Santos. Still with it, Apostolopoulos. Ugarte knocks it off of Zizzo. And one last throw-in coming up here for the Rhinos. Ugarte, headed away by Mule, behind Verone. Back to Ugarte, finds Forbes. They go long to the far side, a driven ball nicely for Gilavogi. Tries to turn the corner, taken down. And they'll say Ba got a piece of the ball, no call.
Yeah, that's, this was a beautiful, beautiful ball from Forbes. And he win the ball. And he did play the body, but the legs. But, you know, it's in a situation like that to me, would the referee call a PK? If it was the other way, would they call a PK? Yeah, you know, it's like it's like playing against a superstar.
Yeah.
You know who's going to get that call. You know.
It was late action there for the Rhinos, looking for that opportunity for Gilavogi on a beautiful driven ball from Canardo Forbes, but not to be as of yet. So after 45 minutes of play, fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup, we are at the half. New York, on a PK from Sasha Kljestan, has a 1-0 lead over the Rochester Rhinos. We'll take a break and come back with second half action. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Second half action is underway here at Rhinos Stadium. It's the fourth round of the U.S. Open Cup. The Red Bull from New York have a 1-0 lead over the home side, Rochester. A 20th minute PK from Sasha Kljestan. And Red Bulls with the slim 1-0 lead. Rhinos with possession on the far side. It's Ugarte to Forbes. Now Apostolopoulos. Collins steps in front of Voleski. No changes made for either side at the 45-minute mark. Only one change so far. Mule came on for Sean Wright-Phillips in the 23rd minute, and we're being told that's an injury to the right leg of Sean Wright-Phillips, but we have not got an official word on that just yet. Here's Verone. Handball called off of Farrell. Verone with a restart. Just to the right of Tomas Gomez, the keeper for the Rhinos.
And this restart could be very dangerous. This one is right at the top of the box.
McCarty and Phillips, along with Kljestan and Bilyeu, will have a discussion about this one. 4 in the wall for the Rhinos. As we are early in the second half of this fourth round U.S. Open Cup game. New York breaks the huddle. Whistle blows. It'll be Kljestan. Chips to Collin. Headed away by Toch. Picked up by Ba. McCarty. Verone. Into the box. The header. One hop into the arms of Gomez.
Pretty good save. I mean, pretty good save by Gomez there. The Red Bull starts this second half at a high intensity, high level, much quicker than they did the first half. It looked like they tried to, want to maybe put this game away. The first half played evenly, basically. I mean, both teams possessed the ball pretty well, even though Red Bulls is leading 1-0. Yeah, I think the game played pretty much evenly.
Sean Wright-Phillips making his way back to the bench with his sweat top. No ice or no wraps you can see on his legs, but again, we're told it's a right leg injury that is the possible reason for his substitution. In the 23rd minute, he'll hop up on the trainer's table. We'll see what they'll be looking at there for the 34-year-old Englishman. As Kljestan finds Verone on the near side. Flag comes up for offside. Interesting battle on the field and on the sidelines as well. Bob Lilly, the 2015 USL Coach of the Year. Jesse Marsh, the MLS Coach of the Year after leading the Red Bulls to the 2015 Supporters Shield. An Open Cup, really no joke for Jesse Marsh. He's won 4 U.S. Open Cups as a player, and also threw in 3 MLS Cups as well. So he takes these cups very serious.
He seems like he does. I mean, he's like no stranger to winning these cups, and Open Cups and MLS Cups.
Very impressive playing career, and now working his way to the manager side.
I think the Rhinos are sitting real deep into their half as the Red Bulls will come down in the attacking third of the field.
There's Gomez. Pops it high onto the far side. Ugarte goes for the volley out of the air, but it goes backwards and over his own end line. It'll be coming up on a corner kick for New York.
Yeah, this is another corner kick for New York. I mean, these set plays is becoming to be a habit now for the Red Bulls. So, I mean, sooner or later, getting all these corner kicks, one is bound to go in.
It's Kljestan. Zizo slowly coming forward. A nice set piece.
Very nice set piece.
Drew the one player forward on the short, and then Zizo sneaks in behind.
Yeah, just,
I'm going to have to jot that one down for my teams.
Yeah, it's like basically open up that space, you pull away, bring the player with you and open the space for another running through attacking player.
I just have to find a player like Kljestan to start the play.
Definitely, he's that guy. He's
Diamond dozen, right?
Yeah,
right.
Diamond dozen.
He's fantastic.
He's trying to get that assist record, going for what Valderrama did. And playing the way he's playing, he probably will to break that record.
There's a great chance to join him as one of only 2 players with 20 assists. And a foul is called on the far side. Zizo goes down. There's Dos Santos and Valesky who combined. Foul is called. It'll be Robles to take it over. The new MLS Iron Man. Played 90 minutes and 130 consecutive matches after the April 16th game against Colorado, breaking Kevin Hartman's record. Robles, 14 games played this season and 4 shutouts. He's gone the whole way in the regular season for Jesse Marsh and the Red Bulls. Flag comes up. It's Bradley Wright Phillips who's behind the Rhinos defense. Restart coming up here for Tomas Gomez. Well, the MLS summer break will end this weekend. All 20 teams returning to action after 2+ weeks off, thanks to the Copa America Centenario. As we talked about, Red Bull getting a friendly in against the reserves from Ecuador, and also sending 8 players down to New York Red Bull 2 for some action against Harrisburg last Thursday, a 1-0 win. Sean Davis with the goal in that game.
You probably think that game against the Ecuador reserve is probably for a tune-up for this game.
Same starting lineup that Jesse Marsh saw in that one. Running again here tonight. Gilavoggi. Still Gilavoggi. Sprinting through. Beresford almost coming in to help out. And they quickly go back to Robles. Has to hustle here and gets it out of play. Out of danger.
Very well done by the goalkeeper. I mean, he hasn't seen much action tonight, it seemed like.
There's Forbes. Flag comes up, Gilavoggi in behind the defense for offside. Love the ball that Forbes delivers, though. Just driven. Gets to that target real quick.
It's a great ball, great find. I mean, he'll find right to your feet or right to that space that you need to be at. And I'm looking for the Rhinos to at least, try to put some ball on Tiger. Try to get some shot off, even at the top of the box. Don't wait to get into the box to at least to take some shots and go.
Ba. 54th minute, New York with a 1-0 lead. McCarty. Next, McCarty scored 2 of the 7 goals on May 21st in that thrashing against rival New York City FC in the derby. The first 2-goal game of McCarty's career. Another good ball from Kljestan. Bilyeu's cross, and Verone off balance sends the shot wide. You see Kljestan on TV, very talented, no doubt about it, but seeing him in person, it's almost another level. He is so smooth.
So smooth. And the passes, the vision, everything that he does is so effortless. It doesn't even seem like he's tired out there. Everything is very effortless.
Kljestan, who played in Belgium from 2010 to 2015 with Anderlecht. 46 appearances with the U.S. national team. Very smooth here tonight. Mule. Ugarte closing down on Mule. And Mule goes down. Forbes knocks it forward to Valesky. Broken up to McCarty.
Yeah, Valesky's a little bit too casual there on that pass.
Collin. McCarty. Here's Kljestan, always looking up. Good interception by Apostolopoulos. Ugarte. Forbes. To Gomez, pressured by Verone. They work the far side with Volesky. Taken away there by Mule. Now McCarty. All the way back to Collin. Ba. McCarty. Possession here from the visitors. And Kljestan gets knocked off the ball by Apostolopoulos, who's got to be careful because he's picked up a yellow in the 20th minute. It'll help Kljestan up to his feet.
Yeah, you got to be careful on this one. I mean, the referee just, just is talking to him there, but you got to be careful not to pick up a red here and play a man shot.
LA Galaxy played with 10 men for over 100 minutes last night in their 4-1 win in extra time. I just don't want to be in that situation. And a conversation amongst the white and red jerseys.
It was like 4 or 5 guys over the ball. This is another set play for the Red Bulls, and right at the top of the box. Could be another dangerous situation.
Pretty deep discussion. We'll see if they come up with anything from the book. Will right Phillips step over. Kljestan the shot. And just wide of the post as Gomez diving to his left. Has to take a good look at that one.
He has to take. I mean, that was a pretty nice play there. I mean, I don't know if the keeper actually saw the ball because there was a defender standing right in front of the ball in the last minute. He just moved and the shot was taken. So he was probably blinded from that shot.
Didn't know much about it till the last second, maybe if even past him. Zizo. Right Phillips. Down, back up, McCarty. Ba. To Collin. Zizo. Taken away. Forbes. Downfield looking for the speed of Dos Santos. Ba has to hurry. Gets there. Heads it back to Robles. Toch, good interception to Ugarte. Out of play on the far side. Collin. Back to McCarty. 59th minute, 1-0. Rhinos trailing New York. PK by Kljestan. In the 20th minute, Ba. Bilyeu. There's Verone. Farrell knocks it out of play. Bilyeu back to Davis. Now Verone. Still Verone. Poked away by Beresford.
Rhinos here is playing deep, very deep in their half. I mean, they're almost playing into their 18-yard box. And very deep.
Collin to Ba. Gilavogi almost comes away with it. Right Phillips. And too cheeky with the moves and taken away by Forbes. Beresford around 1, taken down by Phillips. Right Phillips, and it'll be back on a free kick for the Rhinos. Rarely Wright Phillips, 8 goals on the season, called for that one.
And I think that was just a retaliation from Wright Phillips because he thought he was fouled earlier and he came back and just retaliated that one.
Collin shoving down Dos Santos and no call. Garzi and the Rhinos have a right to be upset. Now Collin goes down as well. Referee will stop this one.
And here it is right here. I mean, Yeah, definitely a push. I mean, he used both hands and actually pushed him down. I mean, that definitely is a call. You can't use both hands and the palm of the hands like that and push a player like that. That's definitely a call.
Dos Santos is up. Collin is up. And there will be no free kick for the Rhinos. It'll be on the far side. The throw-in coming up instead. It'll be Volesky to take it. He'll give possession back to the visitors. Collin. Davis to McCarty. Mule checking and receiving. Zizo. Back to McCarty, the captain. Davis. 1 goal, 1 assist in 5 USL games played with John Woliak's Red Bull 2. By the way, outstanding season, 8-1-3. There's the big boys, though, the senior side looking to move on in the U.S. Open Cup as Bilyeu settles, serves into the box. The header, Gomez bobbles and then grabs it on the rebound.
That's a great save by
Wright Phillips.
Great save off the head of Wright Phillips. Beautiful cross in and beautiful header, beautiful save. I mean, that was a perfect combination.
Wins the header. Toch off the chest, forward for Gilavoggi. Comes from an offside position. And there'll be a restart coming up here for New York. Rochester getting some players warmed up on the sideline. They'll go to the bench momentarily. Zizo on the far side. Back to Collin. He'll go long for Wright Phillips. And headed back to Gomez. And ball called on Canardo Forbes. I was trying to find some rhythm here to get back into this game.
Yeah, Ryan, I mean, I think the reason why they're not finding that rhythm that they had in the first half is the Red Bull is really pressuring them when they're playing and they attack. The Red Bull is pushing them so deep into their half. So if they win the ball, they have to really string some good passes together to get it out. Either if it's not that, it's just going to send it long and it's going to just go right back to the Red Bulls and coming right back down.
McCarty picks up the loose ball in the middle of the field. Now it's Bilyeu. Back to Collin. Davis checking back. Possession has been the majority in favor of New York in this second half. To McCarty. Given away, taken up by Garzi. Back though to New York. McCarty with some time. Wright Phillips catches it. Sends it forward now. Verone. Verone very dangerous on the dribble. Under that PK call. Talented dribbling into space and taken down in the box. Kljestan finishes for the springing attack of Volesky, but Collin is there to break it up.
I mean, again, Rhinos is again playing so deep. I mean, the only option they have is just to try to just trying to dump it long and hopefully get someone onto the ball.
There's Garzi, out of Farrell, off the boot and out of play. And the Rhinos will make some changes here. As the fourth official will take a look at the 2 substitutions coming on momentarily. It'll be Turgu and Samuels coming on for the Rhinos. Zizo finds Davis. New York continues with the possession. Bilyeu. Right Phillips. Caught off balance there and cleared away by the Rhinos.
I mean, right now, I mean, the Red Bulls is possessing the ball so well. I mean, the Rhinos is doing a lot of chasing. When you chase the ball like that over a period of time, you know, you're going to get very tired. And, you know, you just tend to foul the other player because you're getting frustrated.
2 changes made here for Bob Lilly's Rochester Rhinos in the 66th minute. Sonny Samuels will come on. He'll replace Christian Voleski. And Sofian Turgu will replace Michel Gilavogi. Time of these changes, minute number 66. 2 of the 3 made there for Rochester. Mike Grella looks like he's getting ready to check in as well for Jesse Marsh's side. Collin to McCarty. Foul called as Mule goes down. Second change coming up here now for the visitors from New York. The Wright Phillips brothers' evenings are both done as Bradley coming off. Mike Grella coming on. Grella, the 29-year-old, a finalist for MLS Newcomer of the Year in 2015. 9 goals, 7 assists. Also played in England and Denmark. He'll come on up top for BWP. Second change for New York. Collin. On the far side, nobody there. Ugarte will let that roll out of play. Goal kick coming up here for the Rhinos, 68th minute. Time's starting to tick away just a little bit here.
Time is going, so Rhinos got to play with a little bit more urgency now. You got to have some fresh legs on the pitch, so hopefully these fresh guys can come in and you know, give a little bit of life to the offense.
Collin up and over Dos Santos, who's down. And Collin has done a very good job controlling the big, strong Steven Dos Santos.
Yeah, it looks like Dos Santos is probably hurt. The referee's actually calling on for the trainers. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. Hopefully he's not, you know, bleeding or anything or cut or anything like that. But
Collin backtracked immediately to see if Dos Santos was okay. It helps him get up as well.
yes, he did.
Class.
I mean, there was a chip over into the box.
Wow.
Went up. Oh, it looked like Collins caught him with the elbow to the forehead.
There's a good look
going
at
up.
Look at the timing and the height that Collin is able to get on that header.
Yeah, I mean, he was way ahead of Dos Santos, and I believe the elbow just caught him. Looked like right above the eyes.
See why he was selected as an MLS All-Star 3 times. Dos Santos, hopefully he'll be okay. A little bandage above his right eye. Lace the boots up and go back at it again. There's Ba. McCarty. Kljestan, advantage played. He's taken down by Garzi. And Verone is down. Kljestan slow to get up. And the referee will give a free kick here to New York.
Hopefully, game getting a little bit physical here. Rhinos is putting a lot of pressure onto the ball, and he's getting a little physical, and these guys are complaining to the ref for these calls.
Santos wanted to come back onto the field, but he's got a bandage above his right eye, and it's going to have to be taped as well. So he'll have the head wrap around for the remainder of the game. He gets a little help from the trainer. Come back onto the pitch. Kljestan over the restart for New York, along with Bilyeu. Swerving delivery. Pastalopoulos high up in the 18. There's Turgu. Knocks it out of play. Throw in here for New York. Dos Santos waiting for the acknowledgement. He gets it. Grella's first touch back to McCarty. For Forbes, picked up by Ba. Bilyeu, back to Ba. Kljestan, Farrell battle for it. Good move by Farrell to spin away from Sasha Kljestan. Finds Garzi. Forbes. Back to Gomez. High pressure from New York.
Yeah, it's very high pressure. I mean, those guys, it's like all 10 guys is in the Rhinos half of the field, and they're pushing them that so deep into their box. It's really putting having a toll on the Rhinos. I mean, physically, because again they're doing a lot of running, a lot of chasing of the ball.
Ugarte for Dos Santos. Kljestan sends it forward. Verone unable to go through the challenge of Toch. Maybe Zizo to put this one back into play. The winner moves on to the round of 16. Last season, Rochester knocked out by Philadelphia. New York also knocked out by Philadelphia in a shootout. And Sporting KC went on to win the entire 2015 Cup in sudden death PKs against Philadelphia. A couple of former Rhino keepers featuring in that one, Tim Melia and John McCarthy. The Rhinos, the last non-MLS team to win the US Open Cup. It's Collin taking no chances, up and over in the stands on the far side.
I mean, Collins, he's been solid all game back there. And he's playing safe. I mean, he's not taking any chances. He's just getting rid of that ball. I mean, that's not even that's like probably the third or fourth time I see him just getting rid of the ball on the sideline, not taking any chances back there.
73rd minute, 1-0 New York. Collin again taking no chances, knocks it downfield. Toch will pop one back to Gomez. Garzi. Pressure immediately coming from New York. And for Samuels, but Collins slides over. Knocks it out of play.
I mean, the Rhinos trying to put something together. But again, they need to keep possession of the ball for a little while, and don't let the Red Bulls get possession of the ball.
Spin move by Grella, gets it to Bilyeu. This goes off of his foot and out of play. Bilyeu, majority of his time with the Red Bulls 2. He'll be hosting the Rochester Rhinos on July 2nd at Red Bull Arena. Beresford.
Nathan Foss and Gary Harris. Congratulations.
Santos. Ba pops it up in the air.
Gary Harris. Please report guest services to pick up your winning.
Santos and Turgu can't combine there.
Yeah, a little miscommunication there. Santos wanted to stay, and Turgu was looking for a through ball on the move. I mean, that's what happens sometimes when you don't have that offensive game going, because the other opponents is pressuring. They have most, they have like 90% of the ball, the possession of the ball. So you get a little frustrated sometimes when things like that happens.
This is definitely a change of styles that we've seen historically. MLS teams coming in, the pressure not so high, but New York, as soon as Rochester has the ball in their own half, there's a red and white jersey there.
Yes, they definitely. I mean, not only one. I mean, they play the first and second defender I mean, constantly the Red Bull does.
There's Mule helping out Zizo. Samuels tries to break the pressure, cuts it inside for Garzi. Grella played behind Kljestan. Now Turgu. Beresford.
So it's here. The Rhinos need to be patient here now with this possession. Just find each other.
There's Turgu, very crafty with the ball, showing some skill here. Trying to go outside, couldn't get it to Forbes. See if Turgu's creativity can put a mark on this one. Very talented player, Sofian Turgu. Samuels missed kicks. Kljestan. Grella. Bilyeu. 77th minute. Red Bull looking to move on here in the Open Cup. Their best performance came back in 2003 when they were called the Metro Stars, losing in the title match 1-0 to Chicago. Rhinos' heroic days back in 1999, winning the U.S. Open Cup at Columbus Crew Stadium. A shocker over the Colorado Rapids. Great night, great season for the Rhinos. McCarty. Davis. Back to McCarty. All Red Bulls with possession in the second half.
It's all Red Bull possession. And they're being smart with it too. They're bringing it forward and then they're bringing it back, bringing it forward.
There's Dos Santos into the box. Samuels almost with an opportunity.
I mean, that was one of the opportunities the Rhinos got in the second half. I mean, to the box. I mean, just a little bit lighter, and Samuel will probably get a toe on that ball.
A little break there for the Rhinos. Maybe a glimmer of hope in the 78th minute, as it's only a 1-0 lead for New York. Rochester can knock one in here. This game is turned around.
Yeah, I mean, if Rhinos can get a goal, I mean, it'll probably turn this game around and probably put a little bit more life in the Rhinos and really start to fight a little bit more.
There's Kljestan spinning, coming at the Rhinos' defense. Given away to Ugarte, one of the few giveaways from Kljestan. Samuels still with it. Good move, gets around McCarty. And Collin comes in with a hard tackle. He took a knock on his head as well.
Yeah, so this was a great move by the Samuels to get past one defender. But again, Collins he's a beast back there, coming out and pick him off.
Canardo looking for Dos Santos, won't get it there. Rhinos starting to show some life here in the 79th minute.
Yep, I mean, that's what they need to do now. They need to start, put a little bit more pressure on the ball, put a little bit more pressure offensively, to get an opportunity to score. I mean, the keeper hasn't had a shot on him all game, I don't believe.
Saves 0 for Robles. You are correct, my friend. So we'll go over the far side.
It's time to turn your attention to the scoreboard for tonight's
We're coming up here for the visitors with a 1-0 lead. 20th minute PK from Kljestan. McCarty. Kljestan. Mule. Verone dangerous on the dribble. Slows it down. Plays it outside the Mule. Knocked out a play by Ugarte. And this will be the third and final substitution coming up for New York. And this change coming up in the 80th minute. Well, they will bring on number 23, Ronald Zubar, and he'll replace number 30, Gonzalo Verone. And if it wasn't for that dashing run by Verone back in the 20th minute, there's no PK for Kljestan. So Verone maybe won't show up on the score sheet, but a huge factor in that goal.
Yes, definitely, because he made that run down the sideline with that ball, because he saw that that opportunity, that open space to make that counterattack down the sideline. And again, if it wasn't for him, it probably wouldn't be a PK. It'd probably be a 0-0 game now.
Zubair has played 7 games with New York, 1 goal after an injury-plagued 2015. There's this cross into the box looking for Kljestan. He throws a forearm to Barris for a no call made, and there's a late whistle. Kljestan pointing at the official.
That could have been a that could have been a card on that because he showed that forearm.
Kljestan is irritated about something. He's been pointing at the official. He'll be called for the foul on this one. We'll see if the Rhinos make some shifts here tactically. They've hung in here. I mean, 1-0, 82nd minute.
Yeah, I mean they have
kept it close.
Yes, they have sustained the pressure. I mean because the possession that the Red Bull had was 90% of the time, and they sustained that. So I mean now is the time to kind of walk away. We sustained. We took that punch that you give us. And now we're gonna try a counter and see if you can sustain this.
So restart for New York. It's Bilyeu. For Grella. Toch pokes it away from Kljestan. Looking for Dos Santos. Santos gets away from Ba. Spins around, taken down. And Ba will definitely go in the book here in the 82nd minute.
That's pretty good play by Dos Santos there. I mean, tuck on 2 defender, go around 1. And get the foul there. I mean, that was a pretty good move right on the sideline. Look at it again. It split them once and then try to split them again, and they get taken out.
You almost get the feeling here in the final 7-8 minutes, Rochester's kind of stepping on the pedal here a little bit.
Yeah,
They're holding on, like you said, sustaining. But now they appear to be stepping forward just a little more.
Just a little more. It looks like they get that second window, that second life, and they seem like they're going for it. I don't know if it's something that the coach said to them, but they seem to be going for it now.
Turgu was open in this short restart. And the referee says, hey, no whistle. It's not going to work.
Oh, wow, that was an opportunity because he was open on the sideline. He was wide open.
And now Sasha Kljestan physically pushing Davis to that spot. Robles misses the punch. The net is open. Headed away by Ba. Robles makes a meal of it, and Ba is there to save the day.
That was if it wasn't for Ba, I mean, that was he looked up, saw the open net, he just tried to feed it over. I mean, Robles came out, then missed it, and he just tried to tap it in very gently, but it was just a little bit too. He didn't have enough arc in that one to get over.
Forbes headed away by Ba. Garzi back into the 18. Apostolopoulos. Flag comes up. He goes for the bicycle kick, but it'll be offside.
Yeah, it's Apostolopoulos. I mean, Dos Santos was actually in an offside position when he controlled that ball. But he made a great opportunity. Made a great effort to try to put that in the back of the net, anyways.
The Rhinos are waking up here.
And here we have again. It's an easy put back into the box.
That would have been a thing of beauty.
That would have been.
Robles. Quiet evening until now. May see some more action just yet. As Apostolopoulos for Dos Santos. There's Turgu. Do we have McCarty? Beresford. Garzi. Looks like he's cramping up as he's hobbling.
Yeah, Garzi seems like not even cramp where you get a knee to the thigh, but he's hobbling along the line there.
There's Forbes. A late burst of energy here from the Rhinos. Will it produce a result? We shall see as Garzi works with Ugarte. Farrell. Go to the far side. Zizo wins the header. Mule will take no chances, pushing Rochester back.
Yeah, he's just getting rid of it. He's just getting rid of it so they can try to regroup here. But the Rhinos again, getting a second win, a second life, and really making the best of it now.
Good move by Forbes. Spins away from the pressure, but Samuels ran away from the pass.
Yeah, Samuel. There's a little miscommunication there between Forbes and Samuel.
Forbes has been good tonight.
Yeah, he has been good.
Loose ball. It's played back to Robles, who has to hurry. Pass to Lopez, or it's Farrell. Does a good job to knock Grella off of that one. Now Collin in New York, kind of away from that possession and just clearing it.
Yep. And I think what they're trying to do now, because they're feeling that pressure, they're just trying to dump it out so they can regroup and get their shape on the field so they can mount another attack. But I think the Rhinos should keep on doing what they're doing at this moment.
And you can see Jesse Marsh is earlier screaming instructions to his back line to possess it and work it out of the back. Nice touch by Dos Santos. He can't believe it. Ba will have a throw in for New York. I'll leave it for Billiard. 87th minute. Rhinos pushing Samuels up top to play alongside of Dos Santos. He was the hero in the USL Championship game with 2 late goals to give Rochester the cup. Well, it's a different cup. Will it be the same result for Samuels? There's Ba for Grella. And back to Gomez.
Yeah, we hope Samuel can work some of that magic he did in the last year finals.
Beresford wins the header. Picked up by Davis. Coach again has to hustle, as it was Mule coming in like a freight train, knocking Farrell down. Ball ends up safely to Gomez. He'll take some distance here. He serves a long, deep ball. That one, not a usual one for Gomez, as he gets it downfield much deeper than that. Bouncing ball, Sonny Samuels. Farrell, the shot! And Robles able to see that one the whole way. Farrell, 3 goals on the season. No stranger to fighting the back of the net.
Yeah, but I mean that was a great effort. I mean, he sees it. There was an open shot. It was clear. So I mean, why not? You know, why not test the keeper again? He has not been tested at all in this game. So why not test him?
89th minute. Farrell pushing up higher now. Trying to help out the Rhinos attack. Robles. Low kick headed away to Turgu. Beresford. Farrell again is there to be a factor in the play. I'm going to call Garzi, who again hobbling. Rhinos do have one more substitution available.
Yeah, I mean they got to keep an eye on him. I'm not sure if he's just. I believe he's just cramping.
See if he can work it out. Off the shoulder of Grella. Low kick here for Tomas Gomez, the 23-year-old. Farrell, good job to beat McCarty to the ball. Kicked away by Billiard.
I mean, the Rhinos is challenging every high ball, every kick ball, every goal kick. I mean, it looked like the Rhinos actually got the Red Bulls out of their rhythm now. I mean, they're just hitting the ball, knocking it out of bounds. They're definitely out of their rhythm now.
We're in the 90th minute. 1-0 New York. Kljestan's PK goal. The difference right now is Garzi. All for his challenge against McCarty. He'll get a yellow card for his efforts as well.
Again, that's a tough one. That's really a tough call. Yeah, I mean, he went up straight, and I mean, the Red Bull player just tried to flick it off, and that's why it looked like more than it really was. But he went straight up. That was a tough call there.
Stoppage time is all that's left for Rochester to find an equalizer. 3 minutes of stoppage time. New York leading it 1-0. Mule behind Grella. Beresford forward for Turgu. Bilyeu with a shove in the back, no call. McCarty. Kljestan. Just take it, keep possession back to McCarty. Knocked away to Forbes. Garzi goes down and a hard tackle from Davis. And he'll go in the book now for New York. It's Sean Davis getting a yellow card for that challenge. Apparently studs up on that one.
Yeah, that definitely was studs up coming at the defender right there. That's why you get the yellow card for that one.
Stoppage time yellow card to Sean Davis. Here it is.
There it is again. I mean, it was laid back, but yeah, that was definitely a card in that one.
Gomez, high service downfield. Dos Santos flicks it forward. Looking for Samuels, no one in the back end of it though. Beresford gets it to Dos Santos, tripped up there. No call made, Kljestan comes away with it. Back heel pass for Kljestan, who's in on goal. Garzi chasing him down. Played in front for Mule into the 18, shot! Punched away by Gomez.
It's a great save, great recovery by the Rhinos on that breakaway, and great save by Gomez. I mean, I think that was a foul right in earlier on that play, but I mean the referee said play on.
Ugarte. Space on the outside, it doesn't get to Samuels. Collin is there. They'll just send it downfield. Toch. And the Rhinos maybe one more push.
Okay. I mean, look at it right here. I mean, it was definite.
Grella is in.
Definitely.
Still Grella one-on-one. Chips the keeper right at the chest of Gomez. And Grella denied by the Rhinos keeper in stoppage time.
And Gomez is playing huge in this game, and he had a great game.
Ba with a two-arm shove on Apostolopoulos. Lucky not to get his second yellow card.
Yes. I mean, it's in extra time, and the game is getting real physical right here. You can see he went out, but it's basically he just pushed him. He didn't even went for the ball. He just basically pushed him.
Rhinos pushing numbers forward. Forbes delivers to the far side of the box. Farrell heads it down off the hand of Mule, no call. Ugarte. Samuels. And that will bring this one to a close at Rhinos Stadium. A good push at the end for Rochester. But the 20th minute PK by Kljestan in the 20th minute, as we said, enough for New York to hold on and move to the round of 16 in the U.S. Open Cup.
I mean, that was a great push at the end by the Rhinos, but I mean, it's a little bit too late on that push, but they did well. I mean, the Red Bull keep possession of the ball in the second half, or nearly the whole second half, 90% of the time, the Red Bull have the ball. But then the Rhinos, get that second laugh and they try to make a run for it, but it was a little bit too late at the end.
Well, the U.S. Open Cup portion of the season comes to a close tonight for Rochester as they fall 1-0 to the New York Red Bulls. Late pressure, just not enough, Daryl, tonight, but New York, a very talented team. Take nothing away from that.
Yeah, I mean, New York, there was great talents. I mean, from the defense, the midfielder, forward. I mean, you have some such great players all over for the New York Red Bulls, and that's why they're in second place in the MLS right now, tied for second place. But they're a great team. They played very well together.
They'll move on to the round of 16. The draw for that round will take place tomorrow. So the MLS side, New York Red Bulls, advancing to the next round of the U.S. Open Cup. Rochester back in USL action on Saturday, June the 18th, 6 p.m. kickoff against the high-flying Louisville City FC. For Daryl Stewart, And our entire production crew, I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long from Rhino Stadium. New York 1, Rochester nothing.